Hi guys, I wanted to talk about setting up Trick Room with good positioning. I'll notice a lot of times someone will get Trick Room up, but they'll have sustained too much damage in the early turns while trying to get up Trick Room, and it'll just put them too far behind to make up with it in Trick Room. So I've built a Trick Room team here, and I have 6 or 7 battles. For each one, I stop, I freeze the team preview. Feel free to pause the video and see which lead choices you would pick, because the lead choices are what's going to get you into Trick Room safely. See which two you'd pick against the opponent, and then play it and see what I do and see how I get into Trick Room. There's no right or wrong way. The only wrong way is if you lose. But so for an example here, I pause it for a little bit. Feel free to pause the video and decide for yourself which two you'd pick. Then you get to see which two I pick and which two the opponent picked. And then I keep the battle at normal speed until I get safely into Trick Room with good positioning. And then once that's there, then I double speed it to see that, just to show you guys how the battle played out. And then I go on to the next one. So really we're not so much focusing on this specific team, but the choices that are getting me into Trick Room safely. And you can see here I have a Mungus as a Rage Powderer. I have 2 Trick Room options here. One's a Ghost, so it can't be faked out. I have my own Faker Outer in Scrafty. And Star Raptor's got Final Gambit, so it's kind of like a self-KO mechanism to KO one of their guys who threatens my Trick Room setup and then Trick Room into it. You'll get to see them all work, and so just really, like I said, if you want to pause it during that team preview, that's great, and pick your 2. If not, it doesn't last very long. But I think that's where the real value in this video is going to come from, is trying to see which 2 Pokemon you want to pick in order to get into Trick Room safely, because your Trick Room match will depend on your 2 opening choices, largely. Because if you don't get into Trick Room and your whole team's slower than your opponent, you're at a major disadvantage. So that's the premise. I'll start into the next battle right now, and I'll shut up so you guys can focus. But yeah, that's about it.